Beep beep, what's up ninjas? Topic of discussion today, Hans Zimmer teaches film scoring online masterclass. So, if you guys ever wanted to have a guy do a soundtrack for you while you're having sex, while you're taking a shit, and you wanted to sound epic as hell, this is the guy. This is the man for the job. Now, if you guys haven't watched the trailer, make sure to go watch it in its entirety and come back to this video so you guys can leave your comment on your opinion. What was your favorite theme by Hans Zimmer? Did you know who he was before this video? And are you excited for the course? That's what I'm gonna answer. I'm also gonna give my 10 cents. I do tend to stop the video a lot to voice my 10 cents or from what I see and from what I think. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's get to it.
In music, you're basically having a conversation.
I love the way he explains things.
Here's an answer. Ooh, it's a bit of a dodgy question here.
Alright, so straight off the bat, you guys can go on YouTube and look up how Hans Zimmer made, the making of, and then Interstellar, the making of Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack, the making of The Dark Knight. And one of the things that you'll realize from these videos is the way this guy explains stuff. If I had to pick a teacher for music composing, I wouldn't pick Mozart, I wouldn't pick Chopin, I'd pick Hans Zimmer. Why Hans Zimmer? Because from these videos, there is proof that this guy is an amazing teacher. The way he explains things is so engaging that you just cannot get excited about it.
I am convinced that I have no idea how to do your movie. It's always a blank piece of paper.
You're like, I don't know how to do your movie, bro. Don't hire me.
I can tell you everything you need to know in one word. Story.
Well, that's what you need. Resume. Crazy guy.
All we're doing, set designer, actor, writer, composer, we try to create worlds. Sherlock, it's a score anybody could do.
Anybody.
One microphone on a laptop. Ideas are not limited by budget. The creative process takes place in your head.
That's awesome.
The interesting ideas come from some kid in a garage in the Bronx. You just need to break through the myth that you can't
I'll talk about it.
Create a great Hollywood blockbuster on an iPad. Because if you're on story, you can do whatever you want to do.
Alright, so one of the things that I've noticed about the Deadmau5 Masterclass and the Hans Zimmer in the sense of the trailer is that they're pretty much saying that you don't need to have a fancy studio. You don't need to have made, you don't need to have had made a blockbuster hit. You don't need to have composed for this amazing movie and won an Oscar to make a track that's equally as good. Because a lot of people have this mentality like, oh, I'm never gonna be as good as that guy because he made a blockbuster hit. It doesn't mean, what he's saying is that you need to break out of this mentality that just because you don't have one doesn't mean you can't create one. Deadmau5 said the same thing, pretty much all you need is a laptop to make music and that's it. And even a kid with a laptop can make dance hits. So the cool thing about it is that they are giving that kind of sense from the trailers. Hans Zimmer said it best, you don't even need a fancy studio. It's all in your head. And if, in your head, you can compose your idea. And pretty much the trick that not a lot of people have is the fact getting that idea into data that you're going to put into the computer. And then that computer is going to pretty much transcribe the data into audio, which is what we get the final end, your story.
I like writing in D.
Love that key as well.
And it's nice that if you go from it's satisfying.
So that's why I love Hans Zimmer, guys. He makes music so, if you guys have seen, he makes it so engaging. It's crazy. It's like this guy, the way he teaches is like, he doesn't go like this. I play D and then I play A and then A sharp, that's D minor, it sounds good. Now he's like, I play D, go to A, and it builds this tension. It builds it. And then you go to A sharp and it's like, oh shit, and then back to D. And you guys get what I'm saying. He just makes it so engaging. You're like, yes.
For Batman, 4 French horns on the right, 4 French horns on the left, and they're up in a gallery, up way above the orchestra. 2 notes, but the amount of expressiveness you can put into them.
Alright, so again, like I said, you guys can go online right now. Like, you don't even need to wait for this course and look up making of The Dark Knight, and he explains the exact same thing, but way better. Like, he talks about how when you play this note, it's kind of like a little bit of this eerie feeling, and then once you give it that next note, it's like, okay, now there's hope, and it's like boom, and then you feel it, and it's just like, man, this guy is so fucking great in the way he thinks about music. It's not about I play D then A, it's like this D is being used to kind of give this kind of weird feeling, and then once you give it that next key, it's like, oh, there's hope, so much expression. It's just so crazy, guys.
This is a musician's life. Everybody tells you not to do it and get a real job. When all is said and done, and we've built the highest high rises and we built the fastest machines, there's still going to be room for somebody to tell you a story, or somebody to write you a piece of music. The seconds of your life are ticking away. If somebody tells you that there's a rule, break it. That's the only thing that moves things forward. I'm Hans Zimmer, and this is my masterclass.
Oh man, boom. So pumped. This guy just knows how to explain his methods. It's crazy. And even here to the right in the suggested playlist, you can see Hans Zimmer 3 favorite movie scores of all time. Hans Zimmer making of Interstellar soundtrack. Now, let's talk about the company and about whether I should take this course or the deadmau5 course. Now, if you're making dance music for the club, I would not recommend taking the Hans Zimmer course unless you're gonna be making other stuff, because club music, it's more like boom, boom. There's not that much epicness, melodicness to it. I mean, imagine me at the club right now, grinding up on a girl and shit, and all of a sudden the Inception theme starts playing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like is something bad gonna happen to me? Does this girl have an STD? And it's like kind of creating this tension because I'm gonna get it, or so what the hell's going on? So pretty much, what I'm saying is, if you're making dance music, I think the deadmau5 course is way better. However, there are some dance genres like trance, cinematic kind of stuff, electronic music that you can use the Hans Zimmer course. And if that was the case, if it was like Hans Zimmer and deadmau5 were teaching the same exact thing, I would go with Hans Zimmer 100% of the way, just because of the way he's gonna teach it. I know for sure this guy knows how to teach. deadmau5, he's known really good. But it doesn't mean he's a great teacher, and we won't know till we get to that masterclass. Now, the company itself, Masterclass, has made previous online courses, and I've done research into what people have said about them, and all of them have this one thing in common. All the information they give you in the masterclass can be found online, or you either know it already. But the thing that makes it valuable is the fact that these guys are giving you an inside look at their brain. So pretty much here, Hans Zimmer says, I love D minor, but then he explains why he loves D minor and why he uses D minor. So pretty much that's the value, and he'll tell you, oh, I did this before and it didn't work until I finally realized this was the moment where, my composing changed. Like I went from being amateur to professional because of this thing that not a lot of people talk about. It could be the simplest of things, but this is what's valuable. Their insight, not the information, but their insight that they're giving you. Now, again, if I had to take a course making dance music for the club, Inception, not digging, you go, deadmau5 course. However, if you're making more classical, more like hip hop beats where you have classical involved, or dance music where there's classical music, kind of characteristics in it, then go with the Hans Zimmer course. Anyways, guys, this has been my reaction. Leave below in the comments what you guys think. What's your favorite theme by Hans Zimmer? I'll give you guys mine right now. Injection scene from Mission Impossible 2. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with what I have to say? Are you going to take the course? Have you already enrolled? Let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, ninjas, and have an amazing day.